Welcome back to the J Scout Morning Show. Today, we're going to talk about a little review. We're going to talk about Kong. Kong versus Godzilla, and all of the likes. Before we do that, though, Parents Guide is below. If you're a parent and you're going to watch these movies with your kids, just click on the link below. I get you all the information, including the link to the Parents Guide at IMDb, which is usually very accurate because people love telling you all the little bits and pieces of these movies and what's in them and what's not in them. So that's what I use. Check it below. These are PG-13 movies for all the action, crazy violence, destruction, buildings crashing down, and swear words, mostly. That's pretty much what they are. So there's three of them more recently. Kong Skull Island, Kong versus Godzilla, and Kong X, or Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. I like them all, actually. I like them all very much. They're fun. They're just fun popcorn movies that you can just nestle in and have fun with and not care. You can't go with an agenda to these movies. You can't show up and say, ooh, I really, really need to learn about this movie. I got to take it seriously. Not these movies, no. So what I remember about Skull Island, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Sam Jackson's character was about to retire, and then the Kong thing came up, and he wanted this, like, lasting legacy. There was something there about his character. I don't remember specifically, but there was something there about his character that I thought was cool and interesting, that it brought him to be like, yeah, and he doubled down and did all this stuff and got the crew to the island where Kong was. And there was something kind of selfish about it. I remember something maybe kind of narcissistic about it, because it was all about him and his legacy, maybe. I think maybe he even lied to make it happen, but You'll let me know. But I remember thinking that was cool. And again, great popcorn movie. Fun seeing Kong on the screen. Godzilla versus Kong was a lot of fun. Having these two come together. What I remember about that movie, though, is because it's the versus, there was a point in the movie where one of the humans was saying, looks like Godzilla won that round. And they actually built it, if I remember it, they built it where there was kind of 3 rounds for the two of them to fight. Almost like bouts, like a boxing matches. And I thought that was it's corny, but I thought it was cool. And it gave you a lot of what you wanted. You wanted these big monsters coming in, wrestling, destroying stuff, and then there's a team up, it's fun. So let's get into the New Empire. The general impression of this latest movie, it's just more fun. It's creature feature film fun, big buildings being destroyed, crashing down. The movie does keep you engaged. I felt like it was like the Godzilla Kong train. You get on this at the beginning, and the pacing, I feel, is great. It just kind of keeps going till the end of the movie. There's not a lot of lulls, even though it's a 2-hour movie. The action kind of keeps going. Everything they're feeding you kind of feeds to the story, and it makes sense. The one takeaway from all the carnage is they don't ever talk about how many human people are actually dying in these scenes where these enormous creatures are just destroying buildings. It's much like the Death Star blowing up. There's a lot of casualties involved on that isn't talked about, but us in the film world will talk about it forever. Character relationships. There was something in the New Empire that I liked a lot. I do like that there's a girl character who has that relationship with Kong where she is doing sign language. I think it's really cool, and I like it. I was talking about the pacing of the movie, but I like how it quiets down the movie. And then you have these exchanges between her and her mom and her and Kong. I loved how in Godzilla versus Kong, the mom didn't understand the depths of that relationship that they had. Almost like, how long you been texting this guy? This big ape has been communicating with you and I didn't know. He literally is a big ape. But I thought that it was really cool, and it's cool in this movie, too. They double down on it. She has that relationship. She's kind of like the Scarlett Johansson to the Hulk, kind of Black Widow to the Hulk relationship. I think that's really neat. So I like that a lot. I'm glad it's there. It's cool. Kong does have a good guy vibe. There's no doubt in this movie especially. He is the hero. He is the good guy. He is your superhero of the film. They humanize him a lot. They give him a lot of like facial expressions. But it's corny, but it's just fun. Like, you don't go into these movies expecting Schindler's List. You go into these movies just with big monsters fighting, right? This isn't rocket science, so I don't mind it. I think it's kind of fun. But there's even a point in this one where he's got a toothache and he comes to the humans, and the humans help him with his boo boo. They help him with his boo boo. The style of this movie, very funny that this movie throws in some like 80s, like 80s. I guess it's not 80s music, but it's 80s retro techno type music that you'd find in like Thor Ragnarok. I think it was Thor. Yeah, Thor Ragnarok had this, like Tron. Like, it's really interesting that they throw it in a couple scenes, almost like a character. I thought it added to the movie. It almost makes it more. It makes it feel like more of a Marvel movie, which is weird. And also the team that gets together to go to Hollow Earth. It's like this ragtime group of people. Has like this hint. It's not, but it has a hint of Guardians of the Galaxy. Just like this, we're getting this group of people together, and we're going down this adventure, and the crazy stuff's gonna ensue. Like, it's cool, and I love the Hollow Earth stuff. I'm not a Hollow Earth person, but the sci-fi elements of Hollow Earth, they double down in this movie. They go into it more deeper. They fall into a deeper area of Hollow Earth. Like, how hollow can you go? I don't know. It's they don't ever get into that. How hollow is Hollow Earth? But it's cool. I think it's interesting. It's like time travel to me. It's like universe stuff to me. All that stuff in movies is fun to watch. So overall, I think it's a very fun movie. These are fun, crazy creature feature film action movies. I hope you enjoy it as well. Comment below. I want to know, did you watch any of these? Did you watch some of them? Did you like any of them? Was there parts you didn't like? You know, this is the part of this channel, is that we all love movies, and we're all just kind of sharing what we love about movies. And that's my 2 cents on that. If you've got a movie podcast, I'd love to join you. If you want to talk movies, I'd love to talk more about more movies. Even go into more depth with the movies that I've talked about in these reviews. But until next time, this is Jay Scal. We'll talk to you again. Bye.